Hi everyone, welcome back to Impact Pilates YouTube channel. My name is Amanda. Today what I have for you is a mat Pilates flow with a hip focused theme to it. So we're really going to be focusing on mobilizing through the hip joint as well as coupling that with a sense of stability through the torso and through the pelvis. I'm going to be using some toning balls with today's workout as well. If you don't have toning balls, you can use soup cans, water bottles, anything, other light weights that you have. I wouldn't use anything over 3 pounds. And then always an option just to not use the weights at all, and you will get just as much of a benefit for this workout. Okay, so we're going to get started on the mat. We're going to be on your back, knees bent, feet are flat, about a nice 6 bones width apart. Let's take those weights or toning balls and just place them by your side. Hands resting right on top. And we're just going to take a moment to find that nice neutral position through the pelvis and through your spine. So we have your pubic bone and the top of the pelvis on the same horizontal plane, creating that nice natural curvature between the lower back and the mat. And this is going to provide the most efficient movement patterns through the hips. So that's how we really want to be finding this nice neutral position. We're soft through the shoulders. And then let's just take a few rounds of breath just to connect here through this neutral pelvis and spine. So we're taking a big inhale, feeling that rib cage expand like a balloon. And moving the breath all the way down the torso, even down into the pelvis. And then we're using that exhalation to find a gentle engagement through the pelvic floor and the transverse abdominis, which are the deepest stabilizing muscles through your abdominals that help support and stabilize the spine in neutral. That is their only job. They don't promote movement, they just connect and stabilize. And again, another big inhale, feeling that breath move into the rib cage. And then as we exhale out through the mouth, you're just feeling a gentle vertical lift through the pelvic floor. And then a gentle moving inwards and downwards through the rib cage, feeling just that gentle support system engaging to help you maintain this neutral position through the spine. One more time, another nice big inhale here through the nose, settling into our bodies. And then exhaling out through the mouth. Now, once we're holding this neutral, let's grab onto the weights and bring them straight up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. Now we're going to go into our hip release. So on the inhale, that left leg, we open it out to the side. And then we reach it straight down the mat. And then we rotate to parallel and drag it back up. So my foot is staying on the mat. I inhale just to turn out and slide straight. And then I rotate it in and drag it back up. Again, the breath is an inhale to open and reach. Exhale to turn in and pull up. One more time. Inhale out and reach straight. Exhale, turn in and pull up. Let's reverse it now. We turn the hip in and reach straight. And then we're turning out and dragging up. So this is the first time you'll notice we're getting that nice movement, that we're internal and external rotation of the hip, but keeping the pelvis and the spine nice and quiet. Inhale, turn in and drag straight. Turning out and pulling up. One more time. Inhale to turn in and reach. Exhale, turn out and pull up, bringing that left leg center, repeating this on the right. Inhale, turn out and reach straight. Exhale, turn in and drag up. That's it. Inhale, turn out, keeping that left side of the pelvis nice and quiet. Turning in and pulling up, keeping nice energy through the upper body. Inhale out and reach. Exhale, turn in and drag up one more time. Then we're going to repeat or reverse this on the right side. Turning in, pulling up other side. We turn in and reach. Then we turn out and drag up. We turn in and reach. We turn out and drag up. 2 more. Inhale, don't forget about that breath. Exhale, 1 more time. Big in, reach straight. Turn out, drag up, bringing the feet nice and center. Now adding on with the upper body, that left knee is turning out to the side as the right arm opens out. And then we move right back center. And now right knee, left arm turning out. Again, rib cage, pelvis stays quiet, and then pull back center. Other side. Left knee, right arm. That's it. And take your time here, focusing on that mobility. Also that stability through the torso against the movement through the hip and shoulder. 4 more here. This is 4. And pull center. Should feel nice through the hips, waking up the center of the body. Pull center. 1 more time each side. Left knee, right arm. And pull up. Good, last time. Externally rotate and open. And pulling up. Now pressing both hands towards the hips as we curl, lifting head, neck, and shoulders. Now we're using the rectus abdominis and obliques to fold and lift. And then we control the return back. And if we were resting a cup of tea right on the pelvis, it would be staying nice and quiet. My pelvis is maintaining that neutral position. It's an exhale to fold and flex. Inhale to release. This is 3. And release. 2 more. This is 2. After this one, we're going to hold it up. Fold, flex, and hold. We're going to inhale to stay. Now we're marching the legs. On the exhale, that right leg lifts up. We inhale, place it down. Pelvis is still nice and neutral. And placing it down. We just get that flexion of that hip, folding at the joint and down. Left side again, folding at the hip, but not moving from the pelvis and down. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can add on with this. Your right leg's up, and then instead of lowering it down, we're going to switch through center. It's an exhale, switch, inhale, lower. Exhale, still slow and controlled. No need to make this a quick movement. Focus on the connection through the body. Focus on the breath. Use this as the time to really dig deep and just feeling what's happening through your body. 4 more here. 4. Switch. If a feeling comes through the neck, you can lower the head down. This is 2. This is 1. Both legs now are coming up to your tabletop. Inner thighs connect now from the shoulders. Just both arms. Reaching back. Arms by ears or either as far as you can maintain the flexion. And then press the hands back down by your hips. And again, it's an exhale to reach back. Inhale to lower down. And again, feeling that wrapping sensation through that rib cage. And then sliding down. 2 more here. Exhale back. Inhale down. 1 more time. It's an exhale back. Now we're going to hold the arms here and lower everything down. Arms still staying by the ears. Legs are staying tabletop. We're going to flex the feet. From here now we're extending through the hip. On the exhale, the right leg reaches out. Inhale, we pull it back in. Left leg energizing through the back of the leg. Inhale, pulling in, still trying to maintain that neutral. Don't bring the legs so low. If you feel your back arching away from the mat, you can even pull those arms up a little higher. This is a big challenge for the torso. Exhale, reach for 4. Inhale in. Left side for 3. Inhale in. Make sure you start the breath before you move. Reach and pull in and out and pull in. Right leg comes down. Left leg comes down. Let's bring the feet a little bit wider so they're outside the hips. Weights come back down, hands resting on top of them. From here, we're going to go into a hip roll. We use the obliques to imprint the glutes to roll the pelvis all the way up. And then we're going to turn the hips out. So I'm picking up my toes. My knees and toes turn out as I roll the spine down. And then to roll up, I'm going to pick up my toes. I'm going to turn everything in. And now roll the hips up. So kind of back to the beginning when we were doing that hip release. I'm just turning out as I roll my spine down. It's getting a nice massage through the spine and hips. Turn in and roll up. Turning out and rolling down. One more time this way, then we're going to reverse it. Turning in and rolling up. Turning out and rolling down. Reversing it here. Keep it out as we roll up. We turn it in as we roll down. That's it. We turn out as we roll up. We turn in as we roll down. Two more. Turning out to roll up. Turn in to roll down. Last time. Turning out. Press down through the feet. Articulate the spine up. Turn in and melt all the way back down. From here, we're going to flip right over onto our side. Legs are reaching straight out, and we're going to be in one long line. For this next series, you're only going to need one weight, okay? So you can kind of push the other one off to the side. We're going to be down on our side, and if we peek down, we should be able to see your toes. But we're making sure that that body's in one long line. So you're imagining that you're lining yourself up, say, with the back of the mat. Here, I want you to feel a sense of opposition. So I want you to feel the crown of the head and the heels reaching away from each other. Once you feel that sense of opposition, that's going to make it a little bit easier to stabilize on the bottom hip. We're feeling a gentle wrap through the rib cage. We're pulling up through the bottom obliques. And then just have a sense of connection through the glutes to help stabilize through the pelvis. We're going to start with one weight straight up towards the ceiling. And if you kind of bring your eyes forward, you should be able to peek up and in your peripheral vision, see the weight. We don't want the arm falling too far behind your body. From here, that top leg, we're going to push it up like we're pressing up against an imaginary wall. My knee and toe are parallel, and I'm just keeping it right here. From here, now that top arm is just reaching overhead, challenging the stability through the torso. And then I'm pulling it right back up to the ceiling. My top leg stays stable. And again, exhale, reach. Again, it's a simple movement, right? If someone were watching you doing this, they would think really nothing is happening. But you are feeling the connection through the rib cage, through the abdominals, and then even through that outer hip, right, on the right side. Really feeling that work through the glute med, keeping that leg actively pressing up, creating your own sense of work and resistance through your body. Pressing up. 3 more. 3. Good. And lift. Use that breath as an exhale over. Inhale, lift. 1 more time. Exhale to reach. Inhale, come up. Now you can keep your arms straight up. That's going to challenge your balance, or you can bring it down right in front of your belly button. Place your hand on top of it. But now from here, we're going to focus on that top hip again. We're turning it out. Surprise, surprise. And then turning it in. Now we're just feeling that rotation, again, from the hip. And keeping that same sense of stability through the torso and through the pelvis that we had when we were moving our shoulder. Turning out. And turning in. 1 more time like this. Turning out. and turning in. Now keeping that top leg parallel, keep it reaching long. That bottom inner thigh now pulls up. Inhale, lower. Working through the inner thigh, those adductors. So lift the top leg and down. Still keeping a sense of reach through both legs. We press up. Good, and lower down. This time think of connecting the inner thighs. Now hold it here. I'm going to point those toes, and now both legs. Turn out and turn in. Again, find that opposition. Keep that reach along. That's going to help with the stability through the bottom hip. It's not just finding the sweet spot. It's finding that connection through your body, your own built-in support system. Feeling the reach. 2 more. 2. And in. Good, last 1. And in. Bringing those legs parallel, lower them down. Now we're going to move into a mermaid position. So take the bottom leg, bring it forward. Take the top leg, bring it back. We're going to push ourselves up. And then we're going to find ourselves bringing our arms out to our side. And we're going to tip over to the side. So my right hip is off the mat and I'm almost leaning out to the side. So I'm getting that nice stretch through the back hip. I'm extended, flex through my front hip. And from here, I'm just going to move from my rib cage now, keeping the stability through the pelvic or through the hip joint. And I'm just spiraling my ribs. I'm going to rotate towards my hand, feeling that increased stretch through the back of my right hip. And then I'm going to open out to the side. And again, use that exhale to spiral. And don't think of sinking down towards the mat. Think of actively still pulling up away from the mat as you rotate from the ribs. And then use that inhale to open back center. Again, exhale, spiraling. Inhale, moving back center. 2 more here. Rotate. Good. Inhale. Should feel nice. Almost like just a nice wringing out of the spine and opening through the hip joint. Coming center. Now we're holding it here. Now that back hip, we're going to externally rotate. I'm turning my knee up towards the ceiling and I'm almost bringing my back foot flat. Now everybody's range of motion is going to be different here. So don't follow and try to mirror what my body is doing. Copy the movement, but go to where your range is, what feels right for you, and then bringing it back down. And again, exhale from that hip joint. I'm turning out as much as I can, keeping the rest of my body open and stable. And then I'm moving it back down. That's it. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3 more. 3. Good, and down. 2 more. 2. And down. This is 1. And down. Now I'm going to rotate my rib cage. And I'm going to place both hands down on the mat. I'm pulling up through my pelvic floor, wrapping through my rib cage. So I'm not sinking down towards my mat. I'm almost acting as if I'm reaching my torso beyond the front of my mat. And now that back leg, opposite, I'm going to internally rotate. So I'm lifting my foot up, I'm turning my femur inwards, and then I'm bringing it back down. Again, the rest of my body is staying relatively quiet. And down. That's it. Exhale in. Good, and down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3 more. 3. Beautiful, down. This is 2. Good, down. This is 1. And down. Now, I'm maintaining the extension of my spine. Okay, so this goes back to stabilizing the torso, mobilizing from the hip. And I'm taking the energy from my glute. And as I lift my leg off the mat, I'm going to use that energy to rock my body forward. And then I inhale, lift from the pelvic floor, pull the body back up. So it's an exhale. I'm maintaining my shape, just rocking it forward. Inhale, bring it back up. It's an exhale. My chest and my gaze stay beyond the mat, not dropping down, right? I want my head to be following the line of the spine. Coming back up, we have 3 more here. Exhale with 3. Inhale down. Exhale with 2. Inhale lower. Last time up. And down. Now I'm taking that leg, I'm reaching it straight. And I'm going to turn it out. And I'm going to sit down. And in a perfect world, I'd be sitting down on both hips without any tightness, or sitting down on both sits bones without any tightness through my hips. I don't necessarily live in that world. So I'm lifted a little bit through my bottom hip, but I'm trying to get my pelvis as square as possible. I'm reaching that leg long, feeling a nice stretch through my inner thigh. Now again, I'm stabilizing through the hip joint. I'm going to mobilize through the ribs. I'm going to take my weight, have it in my left hand, and reach it towards my right foot. Now, if you're familiar with backhand on the reformer, the choreography will be the same. I'm going to bend my elbows, I pass through center. And as I extend my elbow back, I'm going to rotate my rib cage following my weight, keeping my right leg stable. I bend down my elbow, pass through center, and then I spiral back towards my right foot. It's an inhale, exhale to reach. Inhale, I come through center. Exhale, I return back. In, exhale, reach. Inhale through center, return. 3 more. In, reach, pass through. 2 more. Taking your time. Again, feeling that nice rotation through the rib cage, feeling the stretch through the hips. 1, and reach. Bend and rotate. Last thing on this right side. I'm now going to move to all 4s. So I keep my left knee bent. It's underneath my hip. My right leg is staying extended and it's reaching back behind me, toes curled under. I'm going to take my weight and bring it towards the front of my mat. My left hand is holding onto it. My right elbow is extended underneath my shoulder. Now again, finding that stability through the torso. On the exhale, I'm just going to float that weight up overhead. Again, arm in line with ear. As far as I can stabilize through the trunk of my body. And then I inhale, place it down. Exhale, maintaining those neutral curves through the spine. Inhale, lower down. It's an exhale to connect, lengthen, and then lift. Inhale, lower down. 1 more time, just the arm. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, now adding that back leg. Exhale, I float it up. Still stabilizing through the torso. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale. Inhale, lower down. Again, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 1 more time. Exhale, lift. Now hold the leg. Lower the weight. Bring your left hand underneath your shoulder. Now my right foot, I flex. I turn it out as if I'm bringing my right knee to my right elbow. And then I'm pushing it back behind, rotating parallel. I externally rotate, bend and pull in. I turn it back in, push it straight and back. Turn out and pull in. Exhale, press. Inhale, turn out, pull in. Exhale, push, rotate, parallel. 4 more here. This is 4. And push. This is 3. And push. This is 2. And reach. This is 1. And push, pulling your right knee in. Tuck that tail, we can sit back, moving into a shell stretch. Getting that length through the spine. Then let's roll the body up. And we get to repeat this all on the other side. So let's start down, lying on our side. Remember, we only need one weight. So we start all the way out. Remember, find that long line and that opposition through the torso. Top arm is going straight up towards the ceiling. Once the arm is lifted, take that top leg, press it up like you're pushing up against an imaginary cement wall, still pulling up through that bottom oblique, and now just that top arm. On the exhale, we're reaching it overhead, and then pulling right back up. It's a fun thing about unilateral work. You always find one side that has a little more of a challenge. You might see, for me, it's this side. And then pulling back up. Then start that breath. That breath, just like in the beginning of class, is what helps us connect through the deep stabilizers of the torso. That's what's going to help bring us our sense of stability. So before we want to move, start the breath, connect, and then allow the movement to go. And then pull back up. That's it. Let's do 3 more. This is 3. And lift. 2 more. 2. Good. Pull up. This is 1. And lift. Now holding the arm here, that top leg. We turn it out. Turn it in. That's it. Out, turn in. So keeping that reach through the body, out, maintaining the height. That's it. Turn out, turn in, bringing that leg parallel, stay. Now that bottom inner thigh, we pull up, inhale, lower. Exhale, reach, then connecting the inner thighs. And down. 2 more. 2. Nice. This time we lift. We're holding it here. Let's point those toes, both legs now turning out. Turning in. Remember, there's always that option to lower the arm. That will help with stability. And turn in. Again. Turn out. Turn in. 1 more time. Out. And in. Coming parallel. Let's lower the legs. Lower the weight. Bottom leg comes forward. Top leg goes back. We're in that mermaid position. Arms come out to the side. Let's tip over. So remember, the left hip is lifted. I have length through the sides. I'm in a long diagonal. I'm rotating from the rib cage now. I exhale, spiral towards my right hand. Inhale, open back center. That's it. I exhale. It's an inhale to open. Good. Again, exhale, getting that stretch through the back hip. And then moving back center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, coming center. Now holding it here, that back knee. I'm turning it out. My foot is flat. Torso stays square to the front. And turn it back in. I exhale. Inhale in. Nice. Out. And in. Inhale. This is 2. And in. This is 1. Good. In. Now rotate that rib cage. Both hands come down. I'm still pulling up again through the lower body to feel like that belly button almost lifting up and pulling inwards, but not so much where you change the shape of the spine and you're lengthening over the mat. Now that back leg, I turn in and down. Turn it in and down. In and down. That's it. 3. Down. This is 2. Down. Good. 1. And down. Holding it here. Now that pull back leg, I take the shape, I lift as I rock forward. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, rock forward. Reaching beyond the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rock forward. Inhale, up. Good. This is 3. Inhale, lift. 2 more. 2. Up. This is 1. And lift. Now take that back leg, reach it straight, turn it out. We're sitting down on both sits bones, lengthening out through the left leg. Let's grab that one weight again. And we're gonna rotate the rib cage, reaching the weight in the right hand towards that left foot. I inhale, bend my elbow, pass through center, staying stable on the pelvis. Exhale, I extend and reach, following that weight. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, back. Inhale, pass through. Try not to shift side and side, just spiraling the rib cage on the spine. Passing through. Reach. In. Exhale. Inhale, pass through. Exhale, extend, reach. In. Exhale. In. Return. 2 more. In. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pass through. Exhale, extend. Last time. In. Reach. Bend and pass through. Keeping that left leg extended, coming up onto all fours. Right knee is underneath that right hip. Left leg is reaching back, toes curl under. We have that weight right in front of the mat. Right hand holding on. On that exhale, I reach that arm up, holding those neutral curves of the spine. Inhale, place it down. Exhale, reach. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Beautiful. Inhale, lower. Again. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Arm and leg up. We lift. Find that stability through the torso against the movement, right of the shoulder and the hip. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 1 more. Exhale, lift. Now keep the leg, lower the weight. Bring that right hand underneath your shoulder. We flex the foot, turn out. Knee to elbow. Push, rotate parallel. So knee turns out to the side. Knee turns towards the floor. That's it. In. Exhale. In. Exhale. This is 4. And push. This is 3. Push. 2 more. 2. Press. 1. And push. Pull that knee in. We're tucking that tail under, sitting back into your shell stretch. Lengthening through the spine. And then we're going to roll the body all the way up. We're going to grab onto both of our weights. And we're just going to come up so we're in a high kneel. So we're neutral through the spine and through the pelvis. Right, I have my pubic bone and my top of the pelvis on the same plane. I'm connected through the back of my hip, almost feeling my thighs pressing forward. But I have a nice sense of stability of my pelvis, my rib cage, my sternum, my shoulders, neck, head, all stacked in line with each other. And it's all supported and stacked, right, because of that work through the pelvic floor, through the glutes, through the transverse abdominis. Now, keeping this extension from the hip, I'm going to challenge it with the movement of my shoulders. I'm going to slowly start to float my arms up, palms face up. Trying to keep those hips open. I bring the weights all the way overhead. My weights will come together. I'm bending my elbows so the weights come back behind the head, getting that nice stretch and opening through the front of the body. And I start to straighten the elbows. My weights will separate, palms face up, and then I control the return of my arms all the way back to the hip. Doing that again, I start to float up on that inhale, and then I exhale as my weights come together and bend. I inhale again, start to lengthen the elbows, and then I exhale, control the return of the arms. Let's do this 2 more times. In, feeling that work. Keep pulling up. Feel the connection between the rib cage and pelvis. Bend without popping forward or changing the shape of the hips. We lengthen, separate, and come back. We're doing this 1 more time. We're going to keep the arms all the way back this time. We lift. Exhale, come together and bend. Now we're going to throw the arms forward. And as we throw the arms forward, I'm going to sit my hips back to my heels and flex my spine. So I'm going to throw, sit back and flex. Inhale, return all the way up and bend. Exhale, I throw, sit, flex. Inhale, control the return up. So I'm flexing hips and spine, extending hips, extending a little through the spine. And again, down and return. Now we're going to add obliques as I throw. I'm going to sit my hips towards my left heel, throwing just beyond my right knee, returning up center. Other side, I throw, sit back to that right heel, throw beyond that left knee, controlling it both ways. Again, exhale. Inhale. Again, exhale. Return up 1 more time each side. Exhale. Sit, throw. Inhale, center. Exhale, sit through. Inhale, come center. Arms come up, weights come down. I'm just going to reach, again, both arms forward, separating my knees a little bit, just getting a nice stretch through the spine, through the hips, letting the forehead come all the way down to the mat. Letting the body relax here. Let's just take a big inhale, sending that breath into the back. Stay here and exhale out through the mouth. 1 more time, another big inhale here. And on the exhale, just roll that spine all the way back up to tall. Awesome job, everyone. I hope you're feeling a little bit more mobile and lubricated through that workout. Hopefully hips feel a little bit more open and you feel a little bit more connected. I'm so thankful that you joined me here today for this workout, and I hope to see you back again on the mat with me soon. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.